What's up, Headliner Nation? This is Hunter Henry from the LA Chargers, and you're watching my boys here on the Fantasy Headliners. Let it flow, fellas.
What is going on, Headliner Nation? We are back. We're live Saturday evening to talk a lot of fantasy football. I mean, there's nothing really been in the news to really talk about lately. But Kyle and I are going to do our best. But it's not all about fantasy football tonight. Before we get into it, Kyle, do you want to let the people know who didn't see it on our community tab or on Twitter? Let them know what we have going on tonight.
Yeah, so we've been talking about ways to give back, different things that we can do in the community, stuff like that. And obviously, there's been a lot of weather in the news lately. So Hurricane Dorian made landfall. We've had issues in the Bahamas and Florida. Jake, it came very close to you there in North Carolina. So we wanted to do something to help give back to those people in need right now. So really what our goal for tonight is if you're in the chat or if you're in the live stream and watching, you know that we have the chat there that you can use. We do have a function called Super Chat. So within that chat, you have the ability to make monetary donations, and it makes your comments pop up, makes them highlighted for us to see them easier. But tonight, instead of using that money for website purposes or whatever, we're going to be taking anything that we make tonight, and we're going to be giving that to the Red Cross later after the stream is done. Whatever it is, us being able to just give a little bit back to the community and help out and those in need. And there's a lot of people in need right now. So anything that we make tonight, we are going to be giving that back to the Red Cross so we can do just a little bit with our community here at Headliner Nation to help those people who just need it more right now.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% of all donations, everything's going to the American Red Cross. And I may extend it maybe all the way up until maybe kickoff tomorrow for the people who don't get a chance to be here for the live stream that want to be a part of it. Maybe I'll extend it to about 1 p.m. tomorrow. So if you're watching this after the fact, after the stream is over, down below in the comment section, there's links to our PayPal. You see it scrolling on the screen. If you want to make a donation, put a note in there saying for Hurricane Dorian support, and 100% of all proceeds are going to be going there. I already see the first donation coming in there. Really appreciate that, Alpha. That's definitely something positive. We're trying to make an impact in the community. We really talk about that a lot on this channel. It's not just a couple guys talking football. It's a community of people that is a positive community. So this is what we're going to do tonight. Really appreciate all that support. Derek Manzi, also see you. Also, no recognition needing, just doing your part. But you know what? Anybody who does their part is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. There isn't a whole lot of news, right, Kyle? I mean, nothing has happened fantasy football wise.
Nothing at all
today. I mean, there's maybe a new player on a different team, but I mean, nobody really wants to talk about Antonio Brown. We've kind of been talking about him for a long time, but that's going to be the main question a lot of people are going to have is Antonio Brown is now a New England Patriot. As crazy as maybe he was the last few days, was this all maybe just a master plan? That's probably something a whole lot of us probably won't know, Kyle.
Was it a master plan? It's hard to say. Honestly, the way he has acted has worried a lot of people that he has CTE or another type of mental illness. And, in the video I did earlier about Antonio Brown, somebody was like, are we really just going to ignore the fact and not even talk about it? And I'm like, well, that doesn't really have anything to do with fantasy football in this fantasy football video. But the reality is that there could be something wrong. If there is, I really hope he gets the help that he needs. But if there isn't, I really wish he wouldn't be going to these types of extremes because people are talking about it and feeling for him and saying something's wrong with this guy. Even though he's acting crazy, there's a lot of people who are worried that he might have something more going on. And if that's the case, for him to just act like this as a ploy to get moved to a new team or whatever, I mean, it's just a really weird scenario. We've never really seen anything since basically Tyrell Owens did push-ups with no shirt on or sit-ups with no shirt on in his driveway back in the day, which seems like so long ago at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably the main topic. And as I'm watching the chat go by as you're speaking on it, a lot of people want to know about Stefon Diggs. Also, somebody who's really struggled with, is he going to be active or not this week? Stefon Diggs, in my opinion, is going to be a little bit risky right now. If you drafted him, maybe you went running back heavy and he's your wide receiver one. Maybe you waited a little bit or you took heavy wide receivers early and he's your number 2 or 3. Regardless, though, for Stefon Diggs, it really depends on your other options. If he does play, I see him more as kind of a decoy role, maybe give a slight bump to Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen, maybe the tight ends there. But Stefon Diggs is not somebody who I'm overly excited to start here this week.
The one thing about Stefon Diggs, too, is that whenever he has a questionable tag on him, he has really, really poor performances. At one time, I had seen like what the information was, like points per game that he scored in games in which he was questionable prior to starting. And I mean, it was around like maybe single digit points. But I mean, it's week 1. So maybe they're just being cautious with him. I did see a video of him running in practice the other day. If I own him, I'm still going to put him in my lineup tomorrow. It's week 1. You've got a lot of ground to make up this season. I don't think we need to get too crazy sitting players. If he burns you, he burns you. I have him in lineups. I'm personally going to be playing him.
So in other words, you're going to be ballsy on week 1, Kyle.
Let's be ballsy, Jake.
Being ballsy on week 1. All right, got it. I see some questions about Darren Waller. What do we expect from him now that AB is gone? I think Darren Waller, if he's available in your league and you do not have one of the top, Kelsey, Ertz, Kittles, Darren Waller needs to be a must-add majority of leagues because this guy could see some huge volume. Look at what that offense was last year in Oakland. Who was the main beneficiary of the majority of the targets? It was Jared Cook. It was the tight end position. Darren Waller could be that guy. Definitely somebody who I'd be targeting if he's out there on the waiver wire.
I had a fly land on my microphone right in front of my face.
What'd you do with it?
I haven't done anything yet. He's just...
Is he
I
sitting
want to
there?
smack it, but I'm scared I'm going to break my stuff.
Yeah, don't do that. Just look at it.
I had a
Just
couple
stare.
flies get into the house today.
Okay, well, that's a bummer. I don't think the people care about our flies. They want their answers and their questions answered.
I'm going to move really slow.
Let's go to Deadly Voltage here. He says, I drafted Melvin Gordon. Why? Put him in my IR spot. Okay, that's good. So I have an open slot. I have Jacksonville's defense. Would you pick up Seattle's defense to stream this week? The answer to that question would be yes. I'd like Seattle's defense a lot more this week, especially there's a 30% chance of rain in Seattle. I mean, that's kind of normal. I think it always kind of rains in Seattle. But, I mean, that only makes things worse in the passing game. That defense we've talked about is now improved with Jadeveon Clowney. I would much rather start Seattle's defense against a lowly Cincinnati Bengals team other than the Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the Chiefs.
Yeah. And I see a question came in here from Fit for Life about how do you put Melvin Gordon on your IR? Because there's a couple people in the chat talking about putting Melvin Gordon on your IR. It depends on your league format. So some leagues will allow it and some leagues will not. So you got to check your league settings.
Yeah, that's not something that everybody's going to be able to do. Arnie Ponce, see you, appreciate you out there. Says, love the content. I'm a Gurley owner in a 12-man league. Should I trade him? If so, what's a good player to target? You drafted him. You spent probably a first or second round pick on him. At this point, I'm keeping him. He's not going to get any healthier this year than he is right now in week 1. Take him. You never know. Maybe he has a huge week 1, and then maybe you can actually get more for him because maybe people aren't so as, terrified of Todd Gurley. I'm not going to do anything with him just yet.
Now, I'm going to play Todd Gurley. If I drafted him, I'm keeping him. Let's roll with him. I've said all along, I don't think his knee issues are going to be that big of an issue. Even if they use him a little bit less than they have in the past, he's still a top 12 running back.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Anna Invergardson says, thank you for everything. Sorry about your fly issues, Kyle. She's worried about your flies.
He's still here.
Mike Williams, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk in place of Diggs. Also, Waller or Andrews this week. Personally, in my opinion, I still like Mike Williams a lot, and I know I'm kind of alone on that boat, but personally, I'm taking Mike Williams, and I'm going to choose Darren Waller over Mark Andrews.
Man, Mike Williams, Ridley, or Kirk in place of Diggs, Waller, or Andrews. I'm again, unless Diggs doesn't play, I'm going to put him in my lineup. If I had to choose, though, I would go Ridley over Mike Williams. Just because, again, I think Hunter Henry is going to have a huge week. So I think Mike Williams is going to be affected by that a little bit. So that's why I go Calvin Ridley instead. And Julio Jones may or may not be a little bit banged up, we've heard. And then I am going Wallers over Andrews.
Yep. Balls to the Waller. That's what we're going this week.
Balls to the Waller.
Jimmy G or Baker Mayfield in a PPR league, which shouldn't matter for Brandon Lewis. But Jimmy G or Baker, I'm pretty sure both of us could agree that this is going to be the Bake Show.
Yeah.
Hashtag the Bake Show all day long. I see Cleveland, huh?
I don't like that one.
Well, I don't care if you like it or not. I'm using it. Yeah, I didn't say, Kyle, you have to repeat this. I just said this is what I'm calling it, the Bake Show. It's not the Lake Show, the Lakers. I had to change it up a little bit.
There's a question here. VSVP Jesus asks Lamar Miller or Matt Ryan. And just for me to throw out my 2 cents on Lamar Jackson, he's my quarterback 3 this week. The Miami Dolphins gave up the most rushing yards to quarterbacks last season. Their defense is even worse now. He's going to run a little bit. He's going to throw a bit. He's going to score a bit. He's going to get you a lot of fantasy points this week.
Yeah, I'm not quite as high as you are. I do like him this year or this week, Lamar Jackson, but I think now that we know that Julio Jones signed a ridiculously massive contract, more than likely he'll be there. Is he 100%? That still remains to be seen. I think they're still going to have plenty of weapons in Atlanta to throw the ball to. If nothing else, even if Julio Jones isn't 100%, he'll tie up Xavier Rhodes and give other receivers in that offense an opportunity. I think both of them are going to be pretty close to fantasy points by the end of the day.
Yep. And I just want to throw this out there again, since we've got a lot more people popping in the stream. Just to update you, if you've just came into the stream, we've been watching for a couple of minutes, you missed the start of the show. Jake and I tonight, we're going to be donating everything that we receive in the super chat. So any type of donations that you make during the stream tonight, Jake and I are going to be sending those to the American Red Cross to help with their efforts for Hurricane Dorian at end of the evening, tomorrow morning, something like that. If you want to help out and donate in the chat so we can raise some money for them, we would really appreciate all of your support. If you're wanting to donate off stream, you can donate to the fantasyheadliners@gmail.com through PayPal. Whatever works best for you. Every little bit helps. We appreciate you, Headliner Nation. We're just trying to use our great community to help another community right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a good point. We'll remind that throughout the stream for the people who are just tuning in also. Deadly Voltage has a question, though, Kyle. We got Chris Godwin or Randall Cobb for your flex. To me, it's zero. I mean, there's no chance it's Randall Cobb. It's 154% Chris Godwin.
Actually, it's 155. Okay. 155%.
Either or, regardless, it's Chris Godwin in that matchup.
Yes. Yep, 100% Chris Godwin for me.
Let's see. What about Shane Fuka? What's up, Shane? I remember Shane from last year. Good to see him back in the chat.
Oh, Shane, what's going on?
It says half PPR, flex Diggs, Landry, or Watkins. I mean, Kyle's been saying all show he wants to start Diggs as long as Diggs plays. If he doesn't, then I'm going Jarvis Landry next.
Yes, I 100% agree.
Yep. There's a lot of people hate on Jarvis Landry, and I really don't understand why. I think it's the same people that just want to hate on everything else. Jason Abreu, see you out there. Appreciate it. Appreciate the donation. That'll be going to the American Red Cross. Absolutely.
Got a question from Gavin about AB or Dalvin Cook. I don't know if you mean week 1 or season long, but it's Cook either way for me. Number one, because AB can't play this week, so he will not be on the field tomorrow. So if you're watching right now and you have AB in a lineup, you got to get him out because he's not playing tomorrow. Anyway, he is not eligible to be on the Patriots roster until Monday. So he will be available for week 2, however, but I've been saying it all off season long. Dalvin Cook, if healthy, is a top 5 running back. So I'm still going to take Cook, even if there's any kind of worry over injuries.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Peyton Simmons has a question. Says, was this week by Allen Robinson, David Montgomery, and Devontae Adams an anomaly, or should we expect more of the same? I've liked Allen Robinson all offseason. I think the second year in that offense, another year removed from the ACL injury, another year with Mitch Trubisky. I think Allen Robinson is legit this year. David Montgomery, he's going to get more work as the season progresses. Devontae Adams, yes, absolutely an anomaly. It's a horrible way to start the season, but it's the Chicago Bears defense. It was an ugly game to begin with. So, yeah, for the most part, anomalies other than Allen Robinson. I think this is something that we see on a weekly basis.
You know what was the best form of trolling the trolls?
What's that?
Your wide receiver video when you put Devontae Adams and whether or not we could trust him this week. We got so many comments about, oh, this is clickbait. How dare you put that on there?
I asked a question.
Game.
How was asking a question clickbait, A? And then he had a bad game, so jokes on the trolls. And not to mention, it was perfect timing. Not that, I saw the future or anything, but I also just picked this up the other day. So we got an autographed Allen Robinson jersey. Not that, I saw that coming or anything, but just wanted to say. Johnny MacArthur says he's been asking a question. He wants to know about Jared Cook or Vance Mcdonald this week.
I'm still going Vance Mcdonald.
Yeah, we're going to make Vance dance this week. Yep. I agree with you. Going with Vance McDonald. Let's see. What else do we got?
What about Duke Johnson or Austin Eckler in the flex from Keenan Austin? Ooh, that's a little bit of a tough one for me, but I'm still going to go Duke Johnson because I don't think he's going to split nearly as many touches as Eckler will with Justin Jackson.
Yep, 100% agree. Eric Guzman, see, appreciate you. From here on out, David Montgomery or James White? I'm still going now. I'm going to go David Montgomery still because I think James White, like you said in the reaction video to AB, takes a hit on production with the addition of AB.
What about Boyd or Samuel in standard? I think he means Curtis Samuel. I'm going to assume that's from Wendy's McNuggets. With that being said, what do you think, Jake? Since it's standard, do we go with Boyd?
If it's standard, I'm probably going to go with Boyd and hope for the touchdown. I think Curtis Samuel just has. I love the upside of Curtis Samuel, but in standard leagues, I could just see a little bit more of maybe just the higher touchdown upside with Boyd. Jared Barron says Vance or balls to the Waller. That's a good question.
Still probably going to go Vance.
Yeah, I think Vance still this week is the safer bet in my opinion. Michael McLeod, so you appreciate you. Josh Jacobs' value go down after the AB mess. I think it does, personally. I haven't been a Josh Jacobs truther all offseason, and I have received everything short of death threats through YouTube because of it. Now, they really don't have a big weapon on the outside to take away that defensive coverage out of the box. I think it hurts Josh Jacobs personally.
Yep. Yeah, no, I don't love this for Josh Jacobs. It would take Hunter Renfrow to be super, not just catching the volume, but being effective with it.
Yeah.
Tyrell Williams would have to take a step forward and become like a legitimate wide receiver one on his team. Darren Waller, we already like him, but he would have to take it just a huge step forward as well. Like they would have to have so many things happen to open up the run game for teams not to key on them a little bit more. Losing Antonio Brown makes your offense worse. It doesn't matter if he was a head case or had issues or whatever it may be. So with all that being said, it's tough not to key on Josh Jacobs now. Plus, if they're going to be playing from behind a lot, Jalen Richard is still there. And Jalen Richard was one of the most targeted running backs in the league last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh Newton wants to know if AB opens up targets for Edelman, though. In my AB video I said earlier, it's not necessarily going to open up targets. I think his targets will go down, but he will be more effective because he's going to have so much more room to run around now. Yep, absolutely. All right, let's see. The next one here we got... we appreciate all the donations. Like we said, 100% of these go into the American Red Cross, supporting the victims of Hurricane Dorian. Damian Williams or Josh Jacobs. How worried should I be about Damian Williams for the rest of the season? Personally, I think Damian Williams is okay here week one. Season long, though, I'm a little bit worried about him. And to be honest, I'm not overly excited about either one of them rest of season.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not either because I think Jacobs could get the volume, but I don't think he could be very effective with it. Everyone last year was like, oh, Peyton Barber's getting a ton of volume, but he wasn't effective with it. Now is Josh Jacobs better than Peyton Barber? Yes. So don't take that out of context there.
Right.
And then with Damian Williams, he's basically going to be, losing touches to two other running backs at this point.
Adrian Pineda says Sony Michele or Brandon Cooks in a PPR league. I'm going Brandon Cooks this week.
Agree with you.
Yep, I'm going Brandon Cooks. Love Brandon Cooks upside.
This is CMAC is asking if he should replace Mike Evans with either Amari Cooper, Kupp, or Landry. Now I heard Mike Evans might have been a little bit under the radar. But I'm still not going to sit him. More than likely they're facing the San Francisco 49ers. More than likely he's going to be covered by Richard Sherman. The last two times against Richard Sherman, he's absolutely taken him to the woodshed. He has just 100 yards, touchdown. The guy has been an absolute beast against Richard Sherman. He cannot stop him. I don't care if Mike Evans is a little under the weather. He's about ready to go off.
Yep, I love Mike Evans. Matthew Irvine says Ingram or Waller in a 16-team PPR week one. I think we both agree here Evan Ingram is still the better play there.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you love Evan Ingram this week. Brandon Frank, C, appreciate you. Don't know if you went over this or not, but what do you do with AB? Was all this BS good for me as an AB owner today, or should I look for a trade? It's way better now than it was about 6 hours ago or so. So I'm keeping Antonio Brown. He's not going to play this week. Not going to help you this week. But going forward, it can't hurt. I like Antonio Brown a lot more with the New England Patriots than even probably the Oakland Raiders because I think that offense just overall is better. Do you agree with me, Kyle?
I do agree with you.
Okay.
Got Facebook and stuff going on
Okay.
over here. I'm trying to update as well.
I got you. All right, I'll keep on going. Tanner Branwell, we see your donation. We see you. We appreciate you. David Gentry, should I trade Melvin Gordon? Yes, you should. I mean, I don't know anybody's going to give you anything for it unless it's like a dynasty or keeper league, but he's not going to do you any good right now. I can totally see him sitting out the entire rest of the season.
Yeah.
I think that precedent's kind of already been set by some of the running backs and wide receivers before him. So, yeah, I would look to try to trade him, but what you get for him, I don't expect a whole lot. Mike Walcipher, see, appreciate you. Now that Brown is gone, should I start Tyrell Williams over Curtis Samuel in a 1-point PPR league? Yes.
Yes.
I think I will. Now that he's actually gone, Tyrell Williams is going to be the number one there. That would be my choice this week anyway. That offense could be a little bit in flux too. I mean, that's a big hit when you lose Antonio Brown. You Mad Broad 99 wants to know Ty or Westbrook. D.D. Westbrook is my guess is who he's talking about, and I think Ty still deserves a little respect. Is Jacoby Brissett Andrew Luck? No, not by any means, none whatsoever. But I still think he has that wide receiver 2 upside. I'm still going to go with T.Y. Hilton there.
Yep.
What about Duke Johnson or Josh Gordon coming from Chris Gillespie? Sorry if I murdered your last name.
Ooh, this one's really difficult for me.
I know, because you love Duke.
Mm-hmm.
You love the Duke.
I love the Duke. But for this week, I'd probably go with Gordon.
You think the Patriots just come out and try to blow the wheels off the thing?
Even
though they don't have AB, they're going to try to come make a statement.
Game.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. A lot of back and forth, a lot of opportunities, and the Steelers weren't great on defense last year. They gave up a lot of big plays.
I think Duke may be the safer floor, but the higher ceiling is going to go to Josh Gordon.
Yep, perfect said. Yep.
Anna Ingvardson, see, you appreciate you. Flex in standard leagues, Devontae Freeman, Mike Williams, Ridley, or Kirk. Thanks, y'all. Nope, thank you. Appreciate it. So standard league flex, Freeman, Williams, Ridley, or Kirk.
Freeman.
Yep, Freeman's my choice too. If I can flex a running back at any point, I'm going to do it because I like those guaranteed touches on a weekly basis.
Jake, quick question. How many likes do you need to let it flow?
To start with, 200.
We need 200 likes. Hit the like button. We've got over 800 people watching. Hit the like button because Jake needs to let it flow. It's been quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, not to get personal or anything, but I need to release the flow. Deadly Boltage, see, appreciate you. Henry or Fournette as your RB2? I got Leonard Fournette a little bit higher. That's going to be my choice.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. I like Leonard Fournette this week.
Let's see here. How many likes are we even close to 200? Did I undercut myself, Kyle?
Oh, no, we're 86. We'll get there. Don't worry.
Okay, all right. I want to make sure that we weren't I had to put the helmet on already. Wow, Julio Coronado, see you, and I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate the support for the American Red Cross. Which one for Flex? Full PPR league, you got D. Johnson. I don't know if that's Duke or David. So I'm going to assume it's David Johnson, Rashad Penny. It could be Duke Johnson, though, if it's your flex, right? So we're going to go Duke Johnson, Rashad Penny, DJ Moore, Will Fuller, or Tyrell Williams in the flex play in a full PPR. That one, give me Duke.
Yep.
100% give me Duke. And if it's David, I'm still picking David. What about Popeyes or Chick-fil-A? Which one are you going with, Kyle?
Chick-fil-A, because I've never had Popeyes.
You know what? I've never had Popeyes either.
I've always wanted to try it.
I've never really had the urge to try it, even though I probably would if I had the opportunity. Ryan H., thoughts on James White and Albert Wilson? James White takes a hit with the signing of Antonio Brown. Albert Wilson, he's the only wide receiver in Miami. Does Miami really give a crap? No, not really. I do like that Fitzmagic's going to try to air it out, and Albert Wilson has deep league flex value at best for me.
Jake, we're at 249 likes.
Oh, wow, that didn't take very long.
So I think it's time to let it flow. You get yourself ready. I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions real quick.
All right.
Frankie, thanks for the donation there. We appreciate it, man, for the American Red Cross. Let's see here. What do you guys think about Tariq Cohen after this game? From Austin, I like him because he's going to be playing in the slot a lot, but only in PPR leagues, and we still need to see how this is going to play out this season. So don't get too super comfortable.
And real quick, to shout out Eric Guzman. Also, he asked about Goff or Trubisky a couple minutes ago, and Goff is going to be the better start for me all season long.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
8-team league, flex Lindsey, Mack, Carson, Eckler, and Freeman. Which do I play? Chris Carson. That is about ready to be a super positive game script against the Cincinnati Bengals. 100% roll with him. Kyler or Big Ben, going to go with Kyler Murray. Jameis Winston or Matt Ryan, going with Jameis Winston. Jake might not agree with that one because I know that you don't like Winston as much as I do this week.
I just think there's a lot of great options this week. It's not that I dislike him. It's just hard to say I don't like the ones that are in front of him.
Madeline wants to know Ridley or Lindsey in the flex. I'm gonna go with Ridley because I think that's more of a timeshare in that backfield this year.
I got John Alexander saying start 2 Watkins, Davis, and James White. I won't start Corey Davis for nothing, so give me Watkins and James White.
Yep.
And then Vic Chan, appreciate you. Hey boys, since AB isn't playing tomorrow, would you start Landry or John Brown as your wide receiver 2? In Standard League, I have Chris Godwin as your wide receiver 1 at the moment. I'm going Jarvis Landry there.
Yep. You ready?
I mean, dude, I want to make sure we got everybody. Rob Z says Marlon Mack. I'm having a hard time keeping up with all these. I mean, the chat is just going absolutely crazy. Really appreciate all the support there. Rob Z, Mack or Tevin Coleman in a full PPR. That one's close for me, but I think Marlon Mack's the safer play there. Let's see here. Making sure we're totally caught up on at least the people who have the donations in there. I hate to miss out on them when they put that money. M. St. G. See you. Appreciate you greatly. Appreciate the support to the American Red Cross. Great cause to give to. I have Diggs as your wide receiver 2 and Devontae Adams let me down a little bit, so please help with wide receiver 2 and RB2 and 2 flexes. You got Ridley, Duke, Mack, Landry, Pettis, Singletary, Jackson, Justin Jackson, and Curtis Samuel. So we got to pick a wide receiver 2, a running back 2, and 2 flexes. So for me, I'm going to go for the running backs. I'll go Duke Johnson. For your wide receiver, I'm going to go Calvin Ridley. And for your 2 flexes, I'm going to go with Mack and Landry.
Perfect. Exactly how I would have answered it.
Well, look at that. It's like we're attached, Kyle. Okay. Avery, best fantasy channel on YouTube, hands down. Thanks for all you do. Nope, thanks for watching it. This is what it looks like to have a grown man, a grown adult, put on a child-sized helmet. If you have not seen what Let It Flow is, boy, have you been missing out. Because we've had a lot of new subscribers, Kyle. They may have no idea what is about to happen.
It is the single greatest. How many minutes tonight, Jake?
It depends. We may do this twice, so we're just going to start off with 2 minutes. But if I'm feeling the flow, Kyle, I'm just going to ignore your timer.
Okay, so we're going to start with 2 minutes. Jake is going to answer as many questions as he possibly can in 2 minutes. He keeps that helmet on to keep all the knowledge in there so it doesn't get away. So make sure you're dropping as many comments as you possibly can because this is even more fun when you can't keep up with it. So Let me get 2 minutes on the timer here real quick.
And before I start, Tyler Popovich, see you appreciate Devontae Freeman or Michele. Give me Freeman there as the first one.
2 minutes is on the timer. Jake, are you ready? Is the sign on? The sign is on, ladies and gentlemen. If you look behind him, Let It Flow is on the sign.
All right, here we go. Hit the like button for me. I'm going to give you all I got right here. Here we go. Count me down, Kyle.
3, 2, 1. Let it flow.
All right, we got Jacob, Singletary, or Sanders. I'm really not a big fan of any of them. They're all going to be risky. Give me Singletary and cross your fingers. Hope for the best. Cooper or Gallup, 100% give me Cooper. Jimmy G or Kyler. I like Kyler a lot for the rushing upside. Holy crap, the chat is going crazy. Carry on or Lockett. I'm going to go with, I think Carry On's a little bit safer of a play. Higher upside, more risk. That's Tyler Lockett if you like to gamble. Olsen or Waller, 100%. Give me balls to the Waller. We got Damian Williams with a question mark. I like Damian Williams this week. At least this week we know he's going to be the number one guy. Duke, Cup, or Amari. I think I'm going to go Amari Cooper there. Hashtag last year was Amari Pooper, but I like him a little bit more this year. Tyler Boyd, Sony in the flex. I'm going to go Sony. He's a little bit safer. I think the higher ceiling may be with Boyd, but Sony's the safer play. We got it going really fast. Waller or Olsen, 100% Waller. TYTY, I guess that means thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hi. I'm waving at somebody because they're waving back. Lockett or Didi, give me Lockett. Peanut butter or jelly? How about both, Josh? Is that an option? Carry On or Joe Mixon? I got Joe Mixon a little bit higher, but I'm worried if this weather turns out to be bad, I'm gonna move to Carry On. Eric Ebron or Greg Olsen? Give me Ebron. Who stays healthier longer? Derrick Henry or Leonard Fournette? Neither. They're both gonna get hurt at some point, but give me Henry to stay a little bit healthier. We have. Holy, this may be the fastest I've ever seen it move. Jacobs or Jones rest of season. I'm not giving up on Aaron Jones yet. It was the Bears defense week 1 of the NFL season. I'm still sticking with Aaron Jones. Eckler or Josh Gordon in standard. Give me Gordon. Jacobs or Sterling Shepard in your flex? Give me Sterling Shepard this week. He's going to see a butt ton of targets. We have Anderson or John Brown. If you're meaning Robbie Anderson or John Brown, I'm going to stick right there with Robbie Anderson. No name 27. I appreciate you there. You skipped my previous donation. Scroll up, please. I can only scroll up so far. They're going so fast. I apologize. Put it down in there as a normal one after Let It Flow, and we'll try to find it there for you. Ross or Beasley? Give me. That's bad that you got to start either one of them, but I guess go with John Ross. Jackson or Goff? Give me Goff. Fuller or Coleman? Give me Coleman. Boyd or Edelman? Give me Edelman still. Breida, Eckler for your flex. I'm still going to go with Eckler. Duke or Mack? Give me Mack. Boyd or Drake? I still like Kenny and Drake quite a bit. I'm going with Kenny and Drake. They're going to have to throw it a lot. Michele or White? I'm going with Michele. Brady Breeze for the season. Now it's Brady. Hilton or Marvin Jones? Like the Detroit receivers this week, but I'm going to go T.Y. Hilton still there by an inch. Who starts in Buffalo? Like 22 people start in Buffalo. What position are we talking about? Brandon Cooks or Mike Williams? I like Brandon Cooks a little bit better still. Kupp or Ridley? I'm going to go with Ridley. I'm still not totally sold that Cooper Kupp is not the bionic man. Did the timer go off?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm just keeping on going. I thought you were just going to let me go until I pass out. No, how about Kirk or Samuel to end it? And give me Kirk. Whew.
Well, it went off and I put it up in the air, but you said that you were going to ignore me if you were feeling it. So.
I was in the zone, Kyle. I didn't even hear it.
All right, let me pick up a little bit of slack here real quick. Not a little bit of slack. While Jake is taking a breather, that didn't sound right because you did an excellent job.
Matthias, Explorers, see Boyd or Watkins. I actually like Sammy Watkins a little bit more this week.
I do too. Franklin wants to know Josh Gordon or Mike Williams. I'm going to go with Josh Gordon. Big Ben or Goff. I'm going to go with Goff. Dak or Big Ben. Going to go with Dak. PPR, Fuller or Ridley. I'll go with Ridley. Lamar Jackson or Deshaun Watson. Even though I've got Lamar Jackson at 3, I still got Deshaun Watson higher. Thoughts on Chubb after Hunt? Doesn't matter. Chubb's going to eat all season long. Let me go back up here. How do we feel about Marlon Mack? Still love Marlon Mack. Even bumped him a little bit. Still a high to mid running back too. Ridley or Kirk? Going to go with Ridley. Chubb life, 100% always. PPR league, Alshon or Dede at the flex. I'm going to go with Dede. Breida or Curtis Samuel on half-point PPR flex. I'm going to go with – this one's tough. Samuel. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't hate that. I got Jake V with 1 too. Eckler or Singletary as a flex and full PPR. I'm going Eckler 100%.
Yes. Eckler still. Yep.
Eckler still. I think I've caught my breath now, Kyle. I don't know why, but that one felt pretty good. The problem is, I think I need to slow the chat down more. I mean, this was just like a constant roll. My eyes couldn't even focus, probably because I'm getting old. But I mean, wow.
Yo Soy Tony wants to know Ryan or Murray this week. I'll still go with Ryan. I think the defense will get at Murray a little bit. I like both, but still going to go Ryan. Gavin wants to know trade Jacobs and Breida for Miles Sanders and Dalvin Cook. Yes.
100%.
100%.
200%.
415%.
You win. Charles 559, see, appreciate you. Diggs and Hilton for AB and Sutton. Who wins? Diggs and Hilton, AB and Sutton. I mean, I would like to say AB and Sutton, but is AB done with all the acts? I mean, I think he would be. But right now, I would have to say Diggs and Hilton overall is the better duo.
What about Coleman or Gordon in standard by Tanner? I'm going to assume Josh Gordon. And I'm going to go with Josh Gordon.
Yeah, me too. Because it wouldn't be Melvin Gordon because he's not playing.
Baker or Ryan? I'm going to go with Baker.
The Bake Show.
The Bake Show.
Oh, you said it.
Dak or I have to conform at this point. The fly has a friend now, so there's 2 flies.
Shoe fly, don't bother me.
Dak or Jameis? I'm going to go with Jameis this week. High upside.
I think Dak is safer. Upside's there for Jameis. Dak is safer. Eric Guzman, Allen Robinson, or Mike Williams? Allen Robinson played already, but so if you're asking rest of season, I think Allen Robinson's going to surprise a lot of people this year. I like both him and Mike Williams, but I think Allen Robinson's upside is going to be there on a weekly basis.
Mm-hmm. Jake, how many likes do we need to let it flow a second time? Just wondering.
Son of a Kyle, I just caught my breath. Let's say 500 for the next one.
Well, we've got 929 people watching right now. We need 500 likes, people. Jake's not going to let it flow right away, but if we get to 500 likes, Jake will let it flow a second time.
If we can if we can get to 500 likes in the next 30 seconds, I'll let it flow right freaking now.
All right, in the next 30 seconds, I'm keeping an eye on it. You answer a couple questions. I'm tracking the timer.
All right, you got it. All right, let's see what we got. Dak or Wentz? I think Wentz is still the better play. The problem I have with Wentz this week is I can see the Eagles getting an early lead, and if that's the case, they could rely more on the running game. So you got to get your points early with Wentz. PPR, Boyd or Duke? I like Duke more in the shootout with New Orleans. Let's see here. Wilson or Phillips? Are we talking about the old school band, Wilson Phillips? Because if we are, I feel like I'm back to being 12 again. Christian
oh my
Kirk,
gosh, what is that?
I don't know.
That's a thing?
It was a girl band, I think.
You were 12? What was I?
I don't know.
One?
Like born? I don't know. Christian Kirk or Larry Fitzgerald in a PPR? Thank you. I like Christian Kirk a little bit more right now. Reports are saying that Darius Slay will be on Larry Fitzgerald. If that's the case, give me Christian Kirk. Didi
wants to know if he should grab Tom Brady if he already owns Deshaun Watson. If it's a 1 QB league, no. In a 1 quarterback league, I do not carry 2 quarterbacks. Just stream on Watson's off week.
Yeah, and be careful where you grab Tom Brady. He's got a lot of money, and he could probably do some legal damage. Right? No.
Can't even recover from that.
Yeah,
Tyrell Williams or Chris Godwin? Still going to go Godwin this week.
Yes, I think Godwin has that better upside.
Scam one for you. BB in a PPR wants to know if we're going to flex Ted Ginn or Kiki. Do you love me?
Do you love? I'm flexing Ted Ginn because I don't think Kiki's 100%.
I don't either. I agree.
Scam Newton says we
Williams or Drake in the flex this week.
Damian Williams.
Ooh, I'll go Drake. They're going to be playing from behind.
Probably. But Damian Williams with the Jacksonville front seven, he may be able to rack in a few PPR points. Scam
Ladies
Newton.
and gentlemen, we only need 9 more likes.
Wow. Scam Newton, PPR pick 2, Landry, Cooks, or Godwin. Talk about hashtag rich kid problems.
Cooks and Godwin.
Yeah, Cooks and Godwin would be my choice, but I mean, I think it's a win-win-win right there for you.
Ty or Godwin? Going with Godwin. Ty. Why did I say Ty? Ty.
I don't know who Ty is.
They're talking about Tyrell Williams.
Probably not. It's probably TY.
Okay.
These are very educated people out there, Kyle.
This is true.
Except for the trolls in the chat. Can we talk about the trolls for a second?
Who trolled?
Nobody right now, but I'm just saying in general. If you troll in YouTube videos, you literally have no life. Like, I mean, what is the purpose? You have that much time to troll people on YouTube videos? I wish I had time like that. All right, rant over. And I'm seeing somebody say we got 500 likes. Does that mean I got to put the helmet back on?
We have 508 likes.
Son of a. Well, that backfired.
Technically in 45 seconds, but we're a show of the people, so you still have to let it flow.
All right. I guess I should have raised it to like 600 or 700.
All right, while you get the helmet back on, just to let everybody know, if you're just joining the chat or if you've only been in the chat for a few minutes, just to let you know that anything that we make in the live stream tonight in terms of donations that are typically sent to highlight your questions in the super chat, anything sent tonight, Jake and I will be sending to the American Red Cross to help with Hurricane Dorian relief efforts after tonight. So feel free to donate in the chat if you're willing to help the cause. We really appreciate it. If you want to donate off stream, you can do you're more than welcome to. The fantasyheadliners@gmail.com. You can do that through PayPal. But again, we're just trying to use our awesome community to help other communities in need right now. So anything that you do tonight, we 100% appreciate it. But we're still answering as many questions as we possibly can.
Yep, absolutely. Eric Guzman had one. Does Mark Andrews have high upside, or should you rely on Austin Hooper? Technically, rest of season, I like Mark Andrews maybe a little bit more.
Yes,
as far as upside goes.
Hooper this year.
And then Ray Allen's jumper, which is always wet. Mac or Ingram standard flex. I'm going with Ingram in a standard league.
All right. I can't believe I've seen you put the helmet on like twice in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Hang on. I should have got a drink first. That was awkward. Sorry you all had to see that.
James, if you're going to keep posting in the chat, do not donate to the Red Cross. I'm going to block you from the channel, man. I'm sorry. Again, don't troll in the chat. I know I've seen you on a lot of videos. If you don't like the Red Cross for any reason, that's absolutely fine. But we're trying to help others in need tonight. This is the people that we've spoken with and that we've wanted to choose. So just deal with it, man. We'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, because we don't care what your opinion is if it's negative. All right, I'm ready, Kyle, I think.
Okay, how much time am I putting on the timer this time?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, because I don't ever listen to you anyway.
All right, you just roll until your face turns red and you pass out, and then I'll just take it from there.
Okay.
All right, let's let it go. You're up. All you, buddy.
All right, is Gronk coming back? Maybe mid-season, but I don't see that happening right now. Guys, Dede or Ridley in standard. Right now, I'm going to go with Ridley still. Above the king, see you, appreciate you, 12-man PPR. Flex Curtis Samuel or Philip Lindsay. I think Lindsay's a little bit safer, but Samuel has the higher upside if you're a gambling man. Kyler Murray or Dak. I got Kyler crazy high. I love the upside this week. Isaiah Caldwell, see you, appreciate you. Larry Fitz or Ted Ginn a half PPR. That point, I'm still taking Larry Fitzgerald. Jeremy Leach, see you, appreciate you there. Dede or Mack. I'm still going with Mack also. Diggs or Watkins. Diggs if he plays, but right now Sammy seems like he may be a little bit safer play. Breeze or Dak. Dak, I think, is just a safe play. Breeze, it has that high upside, so it really depends if you want to gamble. I think could see a lot of running in the second half for Drew Brees and the Saints. M. Ravello, see you, appreciate you. With love for the Bahamas, God bless. Absolutely 100% helping out as many people as we can. Gurley, let's see here. Lockett or Woods? I'm going with Woods. Eckler or Mack? I'm going with Eckler. WTF, right back to you. Kerryon Johnson or Damian Williams? Give me Kerryon Johnson now, even though I think they're both neck and neck. AB or Edelman for the rest of season? If AB is mentally fine, I'm going with AB. Mike Suter, see you, appreciate you, appreciate the donation. Go to Reno or no? No, I've been to Reno. There's not a whole lot really that's intriguing there to me. Ray Allen's jumper, still wet, by the way. I drafted Allen and Henry. Julio's your number one. What do you do? I mean, can you just keep them all? I would keep all of them. I mean, I have no issues with any of them the rest of the season. Boyd or Moore? I'm not a big fan of DJ Moore this week, so give me Boyd. Jameis Winston or what was that? I thought I said Jameis Winston or Duke Johnson. That's not really an option. Oh, it's Carson Wentz. No, give me Carson Wentz. It's going so fast. I was like, well, that's not going to happen. Dak or Goff? Give me Goff. I love Goff all season long. Ty or Mike Williams? I think Mike Williams is safer. Ty has the higher upside. Peyton Barber or Marquise Goodwin in your flex. Don't start any running back in Tampa Bay. Go Marquise Goodwin. Waller or Hooper? Give me Waller. Wow, this is going so fast. Winston or Brady? Well, now I think Brady's going to start creeping up rest of season, but this week alone, I think they're about tied. Give me Winston. I just got a notification on my thing that somebody's having a Labor Day sale, so it kind of caught my attention. My bad. Let's see here. Cup or Galladay? 100% Galladay. Love his matchup this week against Arizona. Diggs or Samuel? Diggs if he plays. Samuel if he doesn't. Michele or Coleman in a standard league? Standard league, give me Michele. Landry or Watkins? Give me Landry. Geis or Kirk in your flex in a PPR league? I think Kirk is a little bit safer. I'm not so sure that I'm intrigued to want to have any running back in Washington right this second. Green or Melvin Gordon? Neither. They're not playing. Maybe not all year. Let's see here. Thank you. No, thank you, Jose. We see you. We appreciate you. Ingram or Justice? Give me Ingram. Waller or Njoku? Give me Waller. Landry or Watkins? Give me Landry. Can you dig it? Yes, I can dig it all right. PPR, we got Coleman or somebody that scrolled too fast. I couldn't see it. Can I dig it? I'm still digging it. I'm digging it so much I'm missing comments here for the love of all things holy. Goff or Murray? I like both of them, but I'm pretty sure that, it's a win-win. Goff is probably a little bit safer. Higher upside goes to Murray. Jacobs or Kerryon? Give me Kerryon. Ingram or Justice? Give me Ingram. Again, Sony or Damian Williams in a PPR? I'm going with Damian Williams. Breeze or Lamar Jackson? I got them right there close to each other in the rankings. Give me Lamar for the rushing upside. Jalen Samuels with a bunch of question marks, Kyle. I think he's involved in this game plan all season long. I don't think he really takes a whole lot away from James Conner. He'll have his own type of role, and in deep leagues has value. Should you pick up Jalen Richard if you have Josh Jacobs? Yeah, it can't hurt at this point. Shifty Shafts. Not only do I appreciate your donation, but your name is freaking awesome. Big Bren or Brady. This week I'm going with Big Ben. Joe Briss. See you. Appreciate you. Tyrell or Ridley or Boyd. If I only have to choose one of them, I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley. Tyler Boyd or Marvin Jones. I like Marvin Jones a lot this week. Also with Kenny Galladay. Latavius Murray or Matt Breida. Toss up. Give me Breida. C-Mac, see you, appreciate you. Carson, Henry, Johnson, Eckler, Mac, start one. Give me Chris Carson, love him this week. Zeke or Kamara, half-point PPR. Zeke is my number one overall player. I don't care that he just reported. He's in shape. He knows the offense. Same plan. Give me Zeke. Hashtag Tyrell Williams. Cool. It's not very creative, but cool. PPR, Eckler or Duke? Give me Eckler by a hair. Josh Gordon with a bunch of question marks? Yeah, start him this week. Sony or Fuller in the flex? Give me Fuller. He's only going to be healthy a week or two all season. You might as well start him when you got him. Boyd or Gordon in standard? Give me Gordon, and I'm done. Whew.
Derrick Henry, Phillip Lindsay, or Damian Williams? I will go Derrick Henry this week. Godwin or Duke Johnson in your flex? Godwin for the ceiling, Duke Johnson for the floor. Dixon or Michele? I'll still go with Michele. Boyd or Gordon standard? I'm going to go with Gordon in standard. Sony or Derrick Henry in PPR? I'll go with Derrick Henry. Russell Wilson or Phillip Rivers? Russell Wilson. Miles Sanders or Breida? Alshon or Josh Jacobs, full PPR. Even though I don't love Jacobs, we'll still go Josh Jacobs there. Jimmy G or Big Ben? Big Ben. David Montgomery going to get more touches. I thought I said eat more touches. Nope. Get more touches. Yes, he absolutely will at some point. Just when will it be? James White or Miles Sanders? Go with James White. Big Ben or Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson 100%. Coleman or Fuller for flex and a non-PPR? I'm going to go for non-PPR Fuller. Samuel or Gallup or Royce in the flex. I'm going to go with Samuels. Matt Ryan or Dak? Matt Ryan. Mark or Freeman? Mark. Like Mark Ingram?
I'm guessing it means Mac or Freeman.
Mac or Freeman? Go with Mac. Yeah, go with Mac. Keenan Allen or Antonio Brown? Well, it's got to be Keenan Allen this week because Antonio Brown cannot play until next week. Where'd my chat go? I just scrolled down way too far. Hold on. Robbie Anderson or Tyrell Williams? I'll go with Tyrell Williams. Damian Williams, Marlon Mack, Breida start two. I'll go with definitely Marlon Mack. What do you think, Williams or Breida?
Damian Williams?
Yeah.
Yes, give me Damian Williams.
Damian Williams. Tyler Lockett or Tevin Coleman? Tyler Lockett. Mac Ryan or Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson. Goff or Matty Ice? Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I have those two ranked right next to each other.
Give me Goff.
Goff. Hilton or Jones Jr.?
I mean, I love the matchups of the Detroit wide receivers this week with no defensive backs in Arizona. I think Marvin may be slightly safer.
Godwin or Mark Ingram? I can't even talk now. See, I can't even do it.
You're not even letting it flow, and you can't talk? I can barely think straight right now.
See, this is why you handle that, though, because I can't do it.
That's okay. You're doing okay. You're okay is the right answer. You're not doing great, but you're doing okay.
Dede or Josh Gordon is a wide receiver, too. I'm going to go Josh Gordon.
Yes, I agree.
Coleman or Sonny?
Coleman.
Coleman. Dede or Josh Gordon? I just said that.
Gordon.
Gurley and Boyd for Hill. Who wins the trade?
Who is it? Gurley and Boyd?
Yeah, Gurley and Boyd for Tyreek Hill.
I mean, hopefully you're stocked at running back.
I don't think I could do that. I think I'd keep them.
I probably would keep.
I want the Gurley side.
Give me the Gurleys.
Godwin or Eckler in a flex PPR? Godwin.
Yep. QQQQ. I guess we're gonna call him because I don't know what else to say it. Mike Williams or Alshon Jeffrey in a PPR. Alshon just got extended, but I'm going with Mike Williams.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever pick Alshon Jeffrey. If anyone asks me a question on whether they should start Alshon Jeffrey this year, no. That's going to be my answer every single time.
There's just too many options in Philadelphia. I mean, that's not going to be just the Alshon Jeffrey show. DJ has a question also. It says Duke or Breida in a half-point PPR. I think we're both going to say Duke there.
Yes. Devonta Freeman or Kerryon Johnson in standard? I think I'm going to go with Devonta Freeman this week.
Yeah, probably in standard. I mean, Kerryon's upside, a lot of it's going to be in the passing game for Detroit.
We have to choose 5. Lockett, Cooks, Connor, Zeke, Carson, or Mike Evans. We have to pick 5 of the 6.
Okay, well, would it be easier just to say who we want to sit?
Yes.
Okay, read them off again.
Lockett and Cooks, Connor, Zeke, Carson, and Evans. I think it's between Lockett and Cooks, and I'll sit Lockett before I sit Cooks.
Yep, me too. It's going to be Lockett. Rich kid problems.
Dede or Ridley?
Ridley, 100%.
I just saw a super.
Yep, Odin. See ya. Eagles or Bills defense? Great question. We don't get very many, questions about defenses. Which one did you say?
Eagles.
Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles have my vote also going up against the Redskins. Yeah, give me Philadelphia. Even though I think the Bills defense is underrated and they are going to be a lot better than a lot of people think.
Coleman or Murray for PPR?
Coleman in a PPR.
I will agree with you there.
Yep.
Boyd or Curtis Samuel? I think we answered this one.
Yeah,
we answered earlier.
Let's see. What about Larry Fitzgerald or Jarvis Landry in a PPR?
Landry.
Yep, and Landry's safer this week. Thoughts on Jared Cook, legend Jumpman? I think a lot of people really, really want the tight end position in New Orleans to be the old school Jimmy Graham. I see a little bit maybe more this year with Jared Cook than maybe we've seen in years past, but it's still not going to be to that level. I still think he's a tight end 1, but that's just because the tight end position is so thin.
Yep.
Let's see. What about Garoppolo or Mayfield? We're going Mayfield. We got Mayfield crazy high this week.
What about Waller or Howard this week? Howard for me, even though I like Howard or like Waller, OJ Howard still.
I mean, as much as I want to say balls to the Waller as many times as I can, we're going to go with Howard.
Matt Ryan or Lamar Jackson, still Lamar Jackson for me. Yep. Boyd or Coleman in a standard flex.
Boyd or Coleman in a standard flex. Boyd probably.
Yeah, Boyd for me. Ebron or Kyle Rudolph in standard.
Ebron.
Still got to go Ebron there, I think.
Yep, 100%.
Breeze for... I lost it.
That's right. Deshaun Jackson, I just saw his name fly by there, or Sammy Watkins. Am I the only one that can see Philadelphia coming out early and trying to connect on a deep ball to Deshaun Jackson against his former team in Washington in a home opener in Philadelphia when he reunites back there with the Eagles?
Yeah, in that matchup there, I'll take D-Jax.
Yep. Oh, somebody wants to know if they should pick up Gronk right now. I'm going to say no.
No.
There's so many options there now. Even if Gronk comes back, he's not in game shape. He's not ready to go. No, I wouldn't yet.
Tyler Lockett or Marvin Jones? I'm going to go Tyler Lockett there.
Yep, even though I don't hate Marvin Jones. QQ coming back with Tevin Coleman or Jordan Howard in a PPR. I like Jordan Howard this week in that matchup because I can see a lot of second half running, but I think in a PPR league, Tevin Coleman's a little bit better.
Yeah, even in a split backfield at that point, I think I would lean Coleman as well too.
Yep. What about let's try to get some different names up in here.
Would you go Brandon Cooks or Sony Michele in a PPR flex? Definitely going to go with Brandon Cooks.
100%.
Have to pick 2, Sony, Coleman, and Fuller. Sony and Coleman in PPR, Fuller and Sony if it's standard.
Standard, yep. Trade Fournette for Lev Bell in a PPR. If it's a PPR league, I'll take Le'Veon Bell.
I can't go into it that deep here, but I'm going to take Leonard Fournette, especially at the beginning of the year.
Yes, we like the first half of the year is going to be a little rough maybe at times for Le'Veon Bell. We highlighted his schedule in previous shows. The first 8 weeks of his schedule are absolutely horrendous, but after that, second half of the year is pure gravy. And yes, I brought up gravy because I live in the South and everything has gravy on it.
I'm going to make some biscuits and gravy tomorrow morning.
Perfect.
Need Upside for the 400th time has asked you whether or not you would rather have myself or a talking parrot as your sidekick.
Let me think.
I was going to say, you're thinking way too long.
I mean, the talking parrot would get so many views, Kyle.
He'd be super cool, but he can't create content either.
Yeah, exactly. He's just going to sit there and look stupid like a bird.
Carson, Jarvis, or Galladay in a PPR. Give me Chris Carson. Jason asks in a PPR, Newton or Kyler. That always cracks me up because it doesn't matter. It's a quarterback.
Yep.
Going with Newton this week. Josh Gordon or DJ Moore. Going with Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon or Calvin Ridley. Going with Josh Gordon. OBJ or Chris Carson in a non-PPR. I'm still going to go with OBJ.
Yes.
He might have an injury that's bothering him, though.
He's got a hip pointer, but he's going to play.
Okay, OBJ. But Chris Carson is just such a good play this week.
I do love Chris Carson this week.
Non-PPR?
Let's see here. Eric Guzman has a question, though, also. What about Jared? I don't know if it means Jared Cook. Jared, DJ Fournette, David Montgomery, Mike Evans, Williams, Mark Andrews seem like a winning team. Oh, so I'm guessing it's Jared Goff, David Johnson, Leonard Fournette, David Montgomery, Mike Evans. I'm guessing Mike Williams, Mark Andrews. Yeah, I like that squad. Pretty solid team. What did you write down there, Kyle? Something important?
I didn't write anything down, but I just saw something that you and I are going to have to chat about after the stream.
Uh-oh. That can't be good. It's like going to the principal's office.
Let's just say that there's another prominent fantasy football show that's added a helmet of some kind to their shows.
Oh, well, it's time for us to retaliate and end all people's hopes of anything cool.
I don't know what it is for sure, though. I think we'd have to wait and see. That's why we have to talk about it later.
I'm a man of retaliation. If you mess with my Let It Flow helmet, it's like messing with one of my children. W-Man, see you, appreciate you. Diggs or Thielen? I think Thielen's safer this week. Tony Yee, see you, appreciate you. Thanks for the time. Pick 2 of the 3, Davis, Howard, and Jones. I'm not going to start Corey Davis in week 1 of fantasy football, so give me Howard and Marvin Jones there. Let's see. We also had Deadly Voltage. Appreciate it. Half point for completions. Breeze or Brady? Oh, that one's a little bit. I think Brady may have this slight edge there because I think they threw it for all 4 quarters, where we could see a little bit more running in the New Orleans game.
I still have Breeze. Yeah, I have Breeze ahead of Brady this week still.
You've got me all flustered here, Kyle.
It's super close though.
Yeah. How close? Like way close?
Very close. Very close. Cooks or Godwin in a PPR. I'm going to go Godwin still. Tyler Lockett or Derrick Henry this week. That's close for me.
I think Henry's probably a little bit safer. I want to go back to the helmet, Kyle. Do we need to put somebody on blast publicly?
No, because I don't know anything about it, so we're just going to have to wait.
All right. DJ,
we're going to have to wait and see. We'll watch it afterwards. I have the video pulled up over here, though.
All right. Well, we're going to do that. Cup, Lockett.
It's not anybody we're going to take shots at, so.
Okay. Cup, Lockett, Breida, or Penny, full PPR, pick 2. In a full PPR, I'm going to go with Cup and Lockett.
Yes. 100%.
Okay.
Coleman or Hines is your running back 2 and a PPR. Going to go Coleman still?
Yes, Hines isn't that far up the list yet.
Josh Gordon or Duke Johnson in your flex?
Nobody goes in my flex. I don't flex very often. Man, being real. Jets or Lions defense? Hopefully you don't. Is that the only options you have?
I'd go with Jets before I go with the Lions.
I would too, but I'm not overly excited about it.
Yeah, me neither.
Todd Gurley or Zeke in GPP. You need to go check out our DFS package. We might as well talk about that for a quick second. If you're really into DFS, if you really, really want to learn the ins and outs of DFS, you need to head over to our Patreon page because we're not just giving away players every week. We're teaching you how to be a better player. So if that's something you're interested in, head over to our Patreon page. The link should be down in the description. Thought I'd throw that out there for anybody DFS interested. It goes way in depth. We're talking like teaching you how to read everything from Vegas odds to understanding a lot of stuff. It goes like way over my head. But we have somebody there who really takes care of that and does a great job.
Yeah. And we all played Thursday night. Everyone in the group played and everyone won money.
Yes. I did not play. I did not win money.
This is true.
I was busy working.
Running back 2, Carson or Mixon?
Carson. Zach Hahn, pick 2, PPR, Duke, Fuller, Boyd. If I had to pick 2, I'm not going to start 2 Texans right there, so I'd probably go Boyd and Duke.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's next?
Dixon or Howard? I feel like I really want to start Dixon, but wait, wait. I'm getting Justice Hill mixed up, and Justice Hill is our. Okay, one of our buddies. You can't Dixon who?
I mean, is it? I'm
another one, right?
I don't know who another one would be.
It definitely has to be Jordan Howard because Kenneth Dixon has been cut. So.
Yeah, I mean, let's see here. Balladay or the Wood? I don't understand. James McIntosh, see you, appreciate you. You got here Singletary or Deshaun Jackson in a PPR flex. I'm going to go with Deshaun Jackson until we see what they do with Devin Singletary. You don't want another David Montgomery-esque type performance with Devin Singletary, his first NFL game. Thoughts?
Matt Ryan or Jameis Winston? I'm still going to go with Jameis Winston.
I mean, I have Matt Ryan a little bit higher, but I think they're all going to be so close at the end of the week. I think that there's going to be a lot of passing this week in the NFL.
Josh Jacobs or Damian Williams?
I'm going Damian Williams just for week 1.
I just saw somebody make my enemy says Boyd or Kirk, you handsome devils.
Boyd or Kirk? I'm going with Kirk, and thank you. I've never been called handsome. Usually everybody's talking about my bald spot.
Who?
You mostly.
Curtis Samuel or Sammy Watkins?
I'm going Sammy this week.
Mark Ingram or Damian Williams?
I think Ingram is safer.
I just want to set you up for this again. Baker or Cousins?
Oh, give me the Bake Show.
The Bake Show.
Devin, see you got Baker, DJ, Chubb, Diggs, Boyd, Carry-On, Hooper. Thoughts? I mean, overall, I would love to have Baker, David Johnson, Chubb. Boyd and Diggs is a little bit worrisome this week. Carry-On in your flex, and Austin Hooper, I don't hate it.
Goff or Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson. What about Boyd or Sterling Shepard? I feel like I'm going to roll with Sterling Shepard.
Yep, I think that he's going to get so much volume there that it's ridiculous.
Gallup or John Brown?
Ooh,
I'm going to go with John Brown.
I like both at that level, at that tier. I'll go John Brown.
Landry, Galladay, or T.Y. Hilton, pick 2 in standard. Galladay and T.Y. for me.
Yep, in standard. I also see one here is going by. We got John Behan. See, appreciate you. Tevin Coleman or DJ Moore, flex in a PPR. So Devin, why do I keep saying Devin? Tevin Coleman or DJ Moore? Which one are you going with, Kyle? It's close. In a flex PPR, I'd play it a little bit safer, and I'm going with Tevin Coleman.
I feel like I lean DJ Moore a little bit there just because I think that there's going to be a lot of points in that game. And really, DJ Moore just needs himself a couple of big plays.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm just not a Cam truther. I mean, and you can see my child size helmet is even a Panthers helmet, and I'm still not a Cam truther. I don't trust it. Yes, that offensive line is improved, but one sack, one way falling awkward on that shoulder could be a nightmare for anybody Carolina outside of Christian McCaffrey.
Yep. All right, so we've been on the clock for over an hour now, and I know we're going to get close to wrapping it up here soon. Keep in mind, right here, every single Saturday night, either Jake and I or Jake or myself, some combination of it, will be right here every single Saturday night, 9 p.m. Put it on the schedule. Plan to be here every single week. We're also going to try and do 2 other live shows. We might try and do one on Thursday. We might try and do one on Sunday, either single or together or whatever. It doesn't matter. So just pencil those in as a possibility every week. But just know every single Saturday night at 9 p.m., we will be right here all season long to help you out with all of your questions, start and sit, to talk about the weather, injuries, things that could impact the games on the next day, lots of different things. And of course, let it flow. If Jake is not here, I don't know, maybe, but Jake, I don't know. Anyway, so moving
Jake
forward.
plans on being here unless Kyle wants to overtake me and have some type of coup and kick me out.
No, absolutely not.
It wouldn't happen anyway. All right, hey, real quick.
The people love you way more than me. They just tolerate me because I'm halfway smart.
At least you called yourself halfway smart. All right, Donald Sutphin had a question also. Tyrell Williams or Jordan Howard in a PPR flex. Being that it's PPR, I'm going to go with Tyrell Williams.
Oh, someone said, please, a lot, and now I lost it. Oh, Josh wants to know Drake or Sanders. I'm going to go with Drake.
Yep, this week, Drake. I think Sanders, as we go throughout the season, progresses, into something we can start every single week, but not in week 1.
Yep. And just to remind everyone once again, as well as we're wrapping up here, any donations that were made to the live stream tonight, Jake and I are going to turn around and send those to the American Red Cross to help with all the Hurricane Dorian efforts, relief efforts to help the people in need that have lost their homes, their schools, loved ones, whatever it may be. Lots and lots of destruction, unfortunately, has happened. And we want to do a little bit, again, use our great community here to help other communities in need. So again, any donations that are sent to the live stream tonight, we're going to go ahead and send those to the American Red Cross. If you don't want to donate through the live stream, you can do so until tomorrow morning through our PayPal, thefantasyheadliners@gmail.com. Just make sure when you send the actual donation that you put like in the comments, donation, relief, help, American Red Cross, whatever it is. Just make a little note so we know where to send it to.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talk about it a lot on this channel. It's the community. It's the importance of involving the people that are here that make this possible. This is not just a channel for me and Kyle to just sit up here and act like we know more than everybody else. You're never going to hear us call ourselves experts. We're never going to sit up here and tell you that we're perfect, that we're 100%. Anybody who says that, they're lying to you. They're just trying to blow smoke up places where there's no smoke that belongs. So we're trying to make sure that we do stuff like this to give back. The jersey giveaways, the draft guide giveaways we did, donations to the Red Cross. All this is just our way of saying thank you to the community and trying to pay it forward. You guys have done so much for us, and we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Tomorrow, it's kickoff. There's a whole lot of football to watch tomorrow. There's a whole lot of games. Obviously, we couldn't get to every question tonight. I wish we could. I think going forward, I'm going to have to slow the chat down a little bit because it got to a whole nother level tonight, which is greatly appreciated. We love the interaction, but I couldn't keep up at times. And Let It Flow is better when I can actually read the names and it's not just one big blur. But we greatly
Ridley or Tyrell Williams.
Ridley. Still, for me. Do you agree with me?
I agree with you.
Okay, good. All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you guys. We're going to get out of here, get our Saturday night completed because football is tomorrow, and we got to record shows because you know what? Week 2 is only 2 days away, so we got some stuff to do, stuff to research. Greatly appreciate the support on behalf of Kyle and myself. Once again, all the donations, we greatly appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and I'll make a post on that on our community tab at our social medias showing that we made this donation. We greatly appreciate it once again tonight. It's a lot of fun. Love to give back. That's what we're all about. So, Kyle, you have anything else to add here at the end?
I've just been dancing.
Oh, you have? I don't even see you, Kyle, because I have the chat up over you.
I've been dancing for the last 30 seconds.
Oh, well, no wonder everybody left. All right, well, hey, greatly appreciate the support. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your weekend. We look forward to talking to you. Make sure you hit us up in the comment sections. We'll get to as many as we possibly can before kickoff. Have a great end of your Saturday night, and we'll talk to you guys later.